YouTube? Topaz Jace back for another review, as this is to the latest 2 songs of Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers 3 project that's coming out, as they're doing these promotional singles, but yet they're giving you 2 at a time here. And you know, there was a point in time where I was somewhat excited for this project, and it was when the trailer for the documentary for the behind the scenes of how this project got molded together. Now, at that moment, I realized this project had potential from the direction in which they went with it. They pretty much put all of the artists in the studio with a whole bunch of other artists, whether they were independent or other known acts and such, threw them all in the same house, and they all just had to record, put people in a pressure situation to perform, and based off of that, trying to make the best possible music. I thought that there was a chance that there could be some really good stuff off of this. But after now 4 songs being released and not one of them actually being good, I've lost that entire hype. But I will say the promotion so far for this hasn't been that bad. Like, okay, the title for this brief EP, even though it's the same artwork as before, just different names on it, but yet the title of it is ROTD3.com, which is clearly cross promotion. They're trying to send people to the website where you can pre-order the album, you can buy the merchandise, the clothing, the hats. You can actually buy the LP, but it's also going to be in vinyl and all that stuff too, which there's a lot of things that you can buy there, and then you can see the trailer for the documentary again on that too. So interesting cross promotion that may just work. I mean, that's something that you need to do straight out the gate, as they did with this song, because it seems as though in this day and age, the songs that people are releasing, there's so many of them, but yet when you got the hype ones like this, then it becomes its own promotion without having to pay $1 to nobody. People are automatically chasing after and seeking out these projects, so they're going to realize the name of the project, so they can end up at the website, and actually you can profit off of it. Like, this is very smart stuff that's going on here, but musically, it's just not there. See, both of these tracks have some core issues. And my core issue that I got with Lambotruck is the fact that that production sucks. And then that hook sucks too. But the concept of what these guys are ultimately talking about, it makes it worthwhile to actually analyze and break it down. Because what seems to most people who's not paying attention to the lyrics is that these individuals are shouting each other out, as obviously cozz is with Dreamville and then Reason is with TDE. So it seems as though they're bigging each other up, but yet that's for people who don't pay attention to lyrics. The lyrics is really what's great about this, because they're ultimately talking about how they're not being used properly by the record labels. Like, they're frustrated to the point that they will rob each other's, like, bosses in order to get these Lambo trucks and stuff that these guys are flossing with. As cozz is pretty much looking at it like, okay, I'm being mistreated and mispromoted, and I'm very hungry out here in Dreamville right now. Let me go ahead and see how Reason is doing out there with TDE, because it looked like they making money and look like they being successful. I might as well jump ship if these individuals in my label ain't gonna be promoting and supporting me. And in the end, they pretty much just come to the agreement like, okay, you rob J. Cole and I'll rob Top, and we go ahead and eat off of that right there. Which, that was interesting, because this is something that I've talked about for quite some time. These individuals within these labels that are the most notable labels and stuff that's out there right now, they're not really getting shine like that. You are really just seeing the people on top as far as Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole shining the most, while everybody else isn't really getting the promotional chance that those individuals needed in order to get to where they are at now. They're more looking at these individual acts like, okay, you should go ahead and play it the independent role and build your own like we're doing right now. But yet, to get to the point where they're at right now, they had to build up through promotion. You feel me? So you're cutting out a whole important aspect of what made them into the 2 top MCs in the game. See, the only reason why J. Cole can go platinum without any promotion, without any features, is because of the work that he put in for years, in which in these earlier parts of his years, he actually did get promotion. He did get somewhat of a push by being on Jay-Z's Blueprint album, by being signed to Jay, and the first album actually did get a bit of a push. You saw the videos and things of that nature. Like, those were necessary steps for him to get to where he's at now. You can't just get to where J. Cole is at now without those steps. But yet that's what they're trying to do with all of the artists, and it hasn't been working to this point. So I can understand the frustrations that these people would have, and for them to come together and creatively put out their own issues on a track like this, that was pretty dope. I just wish that it had better production. I just wish it was a better overall song, as it comes off as some more of that new West sound, but not from the quality bounce that you tend to get from a guy like Mustard, who's been evolving as he's going. Like, there was a moment in time where he was doing the same beats and it was rather dry and stuff as well. So it was really just the flaws of the production and the overall song that ruined an excellent concept where these people are venting their frustrations, and they justifiably should have some. And the next song was Costarica. And this is the song that ultimately ruins the entire project for me up to this point, where I told you I was getting hyped for the project, but after hearing this, I realized, okay, they have their hearts in the right directions of trying to improve and put out better music, but yet it's not going to work if they're doing it this way. Where on this song, you got 10 whole individuals on the song that's only 3.5 minutes. So you got a very limited amount of time to actually put forth some of the best things that you can in order to make the track work. Now, how many people can you name that can take 8 bars and actually make something super memorable out of it, out of a whole collection of 10 people rapping on the same thing? Like, off the top of my head, I would say a guy like Ludacris in his prime could do it, but there's not a lot in the mainstream, you dig? And when you include individuals like Smoke Pump and Ski Mask the Slump God, that takes away from the entire credibility of what I thought they was doing by seeking out quality acts and throwing them into the studio so that everybody has competition to drop the best music. But yet when you putting in individuals like these who clearly aren't that talented, like, these individuals show you they're trying to get a name recognition off of this as well. See, in order for this to actually have worked, you feel me, you would have had to throw in great MCs, like go ahead throw in King Los. Go ahead and throw in Nick Grant. Go ahead and throw in like the top and best individuals that you can get at this point in time. Throw in John Connor. Throw in some really good people that compete to make the best verses possible. But if you're going to throw in a guy like Smoke Pump, who I've been critical of for quite some time, you're really not caring. You did. You really don't care that he's not a very good lyricist. He's not a very good rapper at all. You just like him for the name, and you needed to use his name, so why not throw him on the 10-track project where nobody was actually going to have a chance to drop any good bars on it because it's so brief. Like, this just shows you how a great concept can get thrown down the drain by a lack of execution. And the worst part of it is that production may have been the best production so far out of all 4 songs, but yet it utterly got ruined by this nonsense that they just pieced together and threw out there as a single. Like, that was pretty bad, you feel me? And I'm losing complete hope in this project, but still gonna peep it out though. But before we conclude this video, man, let's go ahead and touch on the news. The Spotify Direct program is coming to an end, if it hasn't already ended, which is a sad day, you dig? Because now everybody got to go back to third parties. Like, there was a moment where you could directly upload your music to Spotify and directly get some money based off of your streams and all of that, where a lot of individuals was able to do this, and that's why a lot of Dat Piff mixtapes that's been coming out, a lot of them you really don't get the chance to download it because they want you to either buy it or go stream it. But now that Spotify is no longer allowing the independent act to directly upload this stuff, and now you gotta go back to TuneCore and DistroKid and spots of that nature in order to get the plugin to get onto these websites, man, you can see a lot more of the music is going to be released for free off of that pivot. This may honestly bring back mixtapes because mixtapes have been dying as of recently with streaming and all of that has been taking full control. But I do believe SoundCloud, which is still the go-to for streaming at this point in stage of where the game is at now for independence and stuff, they're going to continue to dominate because these individuals are going back down into the Stone Ages when it comes to independent acts making money and doing things. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpaz.com, that's down there, to read today's article.